I wanted to give my thoughts on the Holt Bladeworks Haptic. This is my second Holt knife. I had a Spectre about a year and a half ago. Ended up selling it and then ended up buying this. Spoiler alert, I think that the Haptic is a better knife than the Spectre. The fact that these are cheap compared to the Spectre is unreal. So what do we have? Titanium on both sides, liner lock, Warncliffe sheep's foot, I guess sheep's foot blade. Got kind of like a little swedge here, almost like a harpoon shape. Not quite, very, very small. Great place to land your thumb though. Some jimping right there. This is a version 2. So it has the different jimping and the different backspacer. Titanium backspacer, milled titanium clip. And the blades are all hollow ground, but they come in different blade steels, M390 and this one is S90V. So talking about what I like, this is my favorite knife in my collection. It is the knife where if I don't know what to carry, I default to this because it does everything that I want it to in a slim, small package, but small but still stout package. So let's talk about the blade first. This is a tool after all. You're supposed to cut through stuff. How is the blade? It's very awesome. It's a great blade. They put a nice deep hollow grind on it. Gets thin behind the edge, probably thinner than like a paramilitary 2, so under 20 thousandths behind the edge. I don't have calipers to measure it, but it feels thinner than my other knives that have been measured to 20,000. Goes up about halfway. And S90V steel seems to be heat treated very well, holds an edge quite nicely. Really good at cutting, obviously. Sheep's foot blades are excellent for draw cuts. And the tip swoops up ever so slightly, so you can still puncture and draw. It's my favorite blade shape. There's a flat up here for it makes it easier for sharpening. Clamp a wicked edge or like a KME right on there, keeps it nice and straight. And we've got this kind of this stonewash finish that's approaching a mirror. They also do a near mirror blade, but this stonewash is gorgeous. It's my favorite stonewash. And then this one's anodized, this blue color. Not quite a denim blue, but very nice. Fit and finish is excellent. Absolutely no blade play. Even when the lock is not engaged, there's no blade play when the blade is still moving. It's phenomenal. You get, I believe this is T10 hardware. It might even be bigger. And those are T8s. The milled clip is phenomenal. It goes in and comes in and out of the pants super easily, but it holds you in there. However, it's not locking it down, so it's not gonna destroy your pants. I use this knife as my work carry knife, and I work in an office. I wear slacks, and this has not destroyed any of my pants. We've got this awesome milling pattern. This is the Sea Breeze, and it looks and feels phenomenal. Fit and finish is kind of a boring topic. So action, that's what everyone gets these knives for. Last point on fit and finish, they don't include a Holt emblem or a logo here on the blade like they used to. On the Spectres, they've got a Holt Bladeworks little lion there. I wish they had that on here because as of now there's no maker's mark, no nothing on this knife, but it keeps it nice and clean. Everyone talks about this knife for the action, and you're seeing it there. Just put it down here, it just free drops. Even with the lock bar touching it, and I have the pivot tightened to where there's no blade play. It's a finger guillotine. So you can do it that way where the flipper tab your thumb stop by the flipper tab, and then you can just let it go and maybe give it a little shake. But the action is absolutely insane. I've got the adjustable detent wired to stock. Haven't done anything to it. That means the detent is as hard as you can, or as hard as it can be, and it fires like an automatic knife. It's very hard to get it to, I'm trying to get it to fail. There we go. So I have to try actively to get it to fail. Like I have to put like a weird angle on it and a weird amount of pressure. At that time I was touching it. It fires hard. It fires like an automatic. However, it does not hurt your finger. When you do this and push button, doesn't hurt at all. Feels great. Light switch, also great. The action is nuts. Absolutely crazy. What the Holts are doing, it's my favorite Detent system. A lot of people like the Sharp by Design interface. I've never had one of his customs. I had one made by Rayot. It was nice. I prefer this though. But comparing an $800 knife to a $300 production knife, not the same. So not gonna make any judgments on that until if I ever handle a Sharp by Design custom. But from what I've handled, I prefer this interface. The action is absolutely incredible. The detent engagement angle, so where the angle at which the detent is engaged with the tang of the blade, it's immediate because they use that detent nub. So right there, and it'll just glide shut. The hype on these things is real. If you had, let's say $1,000 and you were trying to pick between a Spectre and this, I'd pick this every time. I wish they made it a little bigger. However, it is a perfect size. It's a small knife, but the blade to handle ratio is damn near 1-to-1. It's a 3¼ inch blade. It's just such a neutral grip, saber grip right there, your thumb lands there, and it's the most comfortable knife in my collection to cut with. It is just a breeze. The best thing I can compare the action to is actually a ProTech Malibu when you have the button closed. So if you fire the ProTech Malibu and then press and hold the button to suck it back in, that's what that feels like. Very similarly sized knife, also on bearings, very smooth, but it feels like the lock is not engaged even when it 100% is. The flipper tab doesn't stick out an excessive amount. The jimping is nice. There's the S90V branding. My favorite steel. Yeah, there's a reason this is my favorite knife in my collection. And I thought I would never sell my Spectre. I did, but this is a never sell. I've had it for close to a year now, and for me, it's a never sell. So those are my thoughts on it. It's my favorite for a reason. It's smooth. It works super well. It's a great tool, and it's a great toy. I don't like knives that are great toys that are bad tools. Like I personally don't like the ProTech Malibu because I don't think it's that good at cutting. This one is a laser beam. It's pretty damn thin behind the edge, and you've got a nice hollow grind. So Holt Bladeworks, Haptic, recently discontinued. Now they're on their new one. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Mysterio or something like that. That's a joke. But yeah. Phenomenal piece. All right, thanks.